Good evening, all. I hope you are doing well. Roshit, sir, good evening.
Yes, good evening, Sushmita.
Yeah, you can start the session, sir.
Yeah, sure. Students, give me 2 minutes. I'm starting the session. I'm opening my details. Okay, very good evening, students. Are you all there? Can I get a quick heads up in the chat box? Are you all with me? Okay, hi Muskan. Hi Ish. Hi Niharika. Good evening. Good evening, Mambiya. Good evening, Krishna. Good evening, Mulani. Good evening, Tanisha. Good evening, Shreyas. Good evening, Sadia. Good evening, Adarsh. Good evening, Niyati. Okay. So, what we had discussed in the last class, is there any first comers today? Great, great, Adarsh. Okay, okay. So in the last 2 days, what we have discussed, in last 2 days, what we have discussed, so we went with in the first session, we went with the DSA. We went with the overview of DSA actually. So we went with the nonlinear data structures and linear data structures, right? Linear data structures. And then we also went with the time complexity and then space complexity of some logics, right? Of some logics. Can you tell me this is greater or this is greater in the worst case? Is this effective or this is effective? Which is effective, big O of n or big O of n square? Big O of n, 1 is 3. Yes. Okay. Correct. Big O of n is greater. Whereas big O of n square is not efficient. Then big O of n. Yes. In the worst case, this will be the greatest time complexity. This will be taking smaller time, right? Then can you tell me this one is effective or this one is effective? Mostly constant time complexity will be the lesser time complexity than your big of n, because it will take more time than this. Always try to optimize in this way if it is not possible for that particular solution, because all the solutions may not be possible with this complexity. Then in this case you can move to the big of n, big of n. Or in between what you have, in between what you have, big of log n also you have, right? Big O of log n, between big O of n and big O of 1, we have the log n complexity. If this is not possible, then optimize the solution in this way. If this is also not possible, then optimize the solution in this way, better than big O of n. If this is also not possible, then you can optimize the solution in big O of n at least. Okay, so big O of n square or big O of exponential, this is also not efficient. Okay, so these things we have discussed already to some logic coding snippets. Okay, so just remember this analyzing your algorithms is most important. Okay, to do your algorithms in the optimized way, analyzing your algorithms is most important. Okay, and then yesterday we went with the pattern programming. Right, we went with the pattern programming. We have seen some patterns. We have seen some patterns, right? So star pattern, like we have seen a continuous star pattern. We have seen a rhombus pattern. Yes, we have seen a rhombus pattern. Yes, the square based pattern. And then we have seen, let me go off pyramid like a triangle pattern. Yes. So we have seen all these patterns, right? Yesterday in yesterday's class. So we have seen all these patterns: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and then 7. We stopped here. And then we also discussed the intuition behind the butterfly pattern as well, right? Right? Yes. So how do you analyze your pattern once a pattern is given? How you will be analyzing? You will be analyzing within the in a matrix format. In a matrix format, rows and columns. How many rows were there? First thing is how many First thing you need to analyze how many rows were there, right? How many rows were there inside your pattern? Then how many columns were there? How many columns were there? Okay. Then you need to check how they are printed. Is a star or a number is printed in every row, each and every row, or a number is printed in each and every row or in each and every column? Are there any spaces? Are there any spaces between this? If there are any spaces, how they are printed, like how many spaces are printed in each row, and from where the stars are starting or from where the numbers are starting, that you need to see first. You need to see how many rows, how many columns. Then what you'll be doing, were the stars or numbers are printed in each and every row or column or not? If not, then any spaces were printed or any other things were printed, you need to check. Then what are the other things were printed? Then you need to find out how many these were printed, how many your actual output were printed. Then you need to form a pattern among this. So you need to form a some mathematical logic pattern about from the rows and columns. Okay, suppose like in these 5 rows, these are all stars. These are all printed as spaces, and this is only the star that is being printed. Then it contains how many columns? It contains 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. On the fifth column only, we are printing the star. We are printing on the fifth column only. We are printing the star. In that case, what you need to do? What you need to do? There are like 5 columns and 5 rows. So basically, n minus 1 were printed as spaces, whereas 5 minus 1, which is nothing but 4, were printed as spaces, whereas 1 star is printed. That is equal to your row number, right? 1 star. First row, 1 star. Like that it is printed. Or only 1 star is printed in each and every row. Then in that case, you can only print the 1 star after that. 1 star after that. Otherwise, you need to see whether that is been printed according to the row number or column number. Are there any even pattern or any odd pattern like that it is following? You need to check that as well. Okay. So in this pattern, what happened? What happened in this pattern? In the rhombus, in your square pattern, what has happened? So we don't have big O of 2. We have only big O of 1, because the thing is we will avoid mostly the constants. Anything is treated as 1 itself. Okay. As per degree of polynomial. Okay. So in this pattern, what has happened? In this pattern, what has happened? Basically, we are printing the stars only at the end. We are printing the stars at the beginning and at the end. If you can see this line, we are printing the stars along the row number. We are printing the stars along the first row. We are printing the star along the first column. We are printing the star. Okay, so this is the intuition behind your this pattern, right? And if you can see in this pattern, what is happening? If like one tactic I can give in your patterns programming is that if there are spaces after the star that is being printed, after the stars that is being printed, if there are spaces, then you can ignore those spaces. You can only concentrate on the stars. Okay, But if there are spaces before the star, but if there are spaces before the star like this, okay, if there are spaces before the star like this, okay, if there are spaces before the star like this, then you cannot, then you need to see like if this is like this, if there are spaces between this, then definitely you need to bring, you need to take care of your spaces as well. Okay, but if there are spaces after the stars, then you can ignore it, then you can ignore it. Okay, so in this pattern what is happening, row number is matching with the column number, right? One, first column, then two stars, three stars, four stars, row number is matching for each and every row, right? That many stars only are printing, right? Whereas in this pattern what is happening, we are printing, we should print the spaces as well. Okay, we should print the spaces as well, and then stars according to the row number, according to the row number, right? The spaces are nothing but how many spaces actually, so there are like four rows for there, so 4 minus 1, three spaces should come behind the first row. Okay, three spaces and then one star, three spaces, one star, uh, two spaces, two stars, like that. You are printing along the fourth pattern, right? Then in the fifth pattern, how you are doing it, in the fifth pattern, how you are doing it, fifth pattern, we are printing it in the reverse order, right? So basically we are starting the loop from n is equal to 4, n is equal to 4, and then we are printing it along the way. Okay, then next one is 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. How we are doing that? So basically we are printing until the row number, instead of stars we are going with the row number, right? And then this one, how we are doing this one, how we are doing this one, how we are doing this one. How we are doing this one. So we discussed yesterday, right? 1 0 1 1 0 1, then 0 1 0 1, then 1 0 1 0 1, right? So here what is happening? This is your first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Then this is your first row, then second row, then third row, then fourth row, then fifth row, right? So what is happening here? So if I consider this 1 comma 1, then 2 comma 1, 2 comma 2, right? Yes, exactly, Kisi Raja. 3 1, 3 2, 3 3. Okay. 4 1, 4 2, 4 3, 4 4, 4 4, right? Then 5 1, 5 2, 5 3, 5 4, 5 5. So if you can observe the pattern here, when it is 1 1, I am printing 1. Here also if you can see 2 2, I am printing 1. When it is 3 1, I am printing 1. When it is 3 3, I am printing 1. 4 2, I am printing 1. 4 4, I am printing 1. 5 5 1, I am printing 1. Then 5 5, I am printing 1. So like this I am going ahead, I am printing 5 3, I am printing 1. So on this one, I'm printing zeros. Other than that, yeah, I'm printing the zeros. So what is happening here? When I when I place this row number and column number. So if you can see 1 plus 1, which is nothing but 2, right? When the column number sum is, when this row and column number is coming to 2 or 4 or 6 or 4 again or 6 or 8. If you can see, all are nothing but even numbers only, 2, 4, 6, 8, 6, and then here also 6, and then 8. So all are even numbers itself. So when it is even, I am printing when row number and column number is placing to even, I am printing 1. When the row number and column number is odd, I am printing 0. I am printing 0. So this is the pattern I am following. This is a pattern, this is a intuition I am following behind this pattern. Are we clear until this point? Are we clear until this point with this pattern? Yes. Okay. So next pattern. Next pattern. How we are doing this butterfly pattern, if you observe. So we are doing this. Yesterday I discussed the intuition behind it, right? How do we deal with spaces? Where here you are asking about? Spaces are there afterwards, right? Afterwards, the spaces were there. So we can ignore those. Afterwards, the spaces were there. So we can ignore those. Okay. Hi, some name. Okay. Please put your names, guys. Students, please put your names while you're joining in the Zoom so that I can at least call you. If you put your iPhone, how can I call you? Okay, so the spaces, in the sense, if the spaces are behind, if the spaces are behind, then you should count it like this. If the spaces are in between or behind, then you should take care. But these are afterwards, so you need not to worry. You need not to worry. Okay, so here, what is this? So if you can see, the one star is at the end, and then 2 stars here, then 2 stars here, then 3, then here also 3, then 4, here also 4. Okay, then what we are doing, we are printing all the stars. We are printing all the stars, then again same pattern from here. Okay, there should be only 1 star here. Okay, then 4 stars here again. Okay, then here also the same pattern I will follow. 1 2 3, 1 2 1. Then here also 1 2 3, then 1 2 3, then 1, and then okay. So if you can see here in this pattern, if you can see 1 star, you should be printing in the end and beginning and end, and here also you should be printing the 2 stars in the end, 2 stars in the end, 3 stars, 3 stars. If you can see, it is a row number itself. 1 2 3 4, then 5, then 6 7 8 9 10. Okay. And in this part, if I can predict this pattern itself until this point, if I can do, then this is another loop only, again inverted one. We can do this afterwards. If I can do this part wise pattern, if there are any big patterns like this or this one, if there are any big patterns, if you are doing, you can divide it into two parts. You can divide into two parts while doing the intuition. Okay. So here what is happening, I'm dividing this part first. I will figure out this part first. Okay, I will figure out this part first. So now if you can see, there are like how many spaces were there? Only the first part, if you can see, how many spaces were there? How many spaces were there? Like only the first part you see, not the second part. Okay, so one, and then two, and then three, and then four. Okay, and then four. If you can see how many spaces were there, how many columns were there? One, two, three, four, five. Five columns were there. Okay, five columns were there. Five columns were there. But how many spaces were there in this case? It is four here, right? If I consider only five, it is four. Okay. If I consider both whole pattern, then it is eight. Okay. So I will explain first in the whole only. Whole only I will explain. I will not divide this first of all. Okay. So all, if you can see how many spaces were there, there are like seven spaces were there in between. Seven spaces, right? So there are 10 rows were there, 10 columns were there. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. 10 columns were there. In between there are like two spaces. So it will be, the first one is eight spaces. Okay. The second one is how many spaces? Six spaces. Right, the second one is six spaces because four spaces are already done. Then there are like three spaces, 3 plus 3, which is nothing but 6. There are like four spaces. Okay, and then in the fourth row we have the only two spaces. Right, here zero spaces. Okay, here we have the zero spaces. Okay, and then if you can see here also, 4 are already covered. So how many spaces here? Two, right? Then 4, then 6, then 8. Okay, I got missed anywhere. Okay, 0, and then how many? 4, 4, 8. Here 2, right? Here 2, here it is 0. 0, 2, 4, 6, and then 8. Right? If you can observe the pattern here, if you can observe the pattern here, so here it is 0 itself. Okay, 5 stars are already there. 5 stars are already there. Let me consider 1 star. Okay, 0 it is. Here it is 2. 8 stars were there, so 2. Then here it is 4. Then here it is 6. Then here it is 8. Okay, so now if you can see this, if I can do this, can I invert the same here? Can I clone the same here? Yes or no? In the reverse order, I am cloning the same. I am cloning the same in the reverse order of this. Reverse order of this. If I can do this well, then definitely this is just a inverted of this, right? Inverted of this. I'm starting in the inverted of this. That's it. So what I will be doing for this, I will predict now how to bring this. Okay. So if you can consider, the only spaces is the major part here. How to do these spaces, right? So if you can see here now, these are all even numbers, right? Until this point only, if you can see, means I will run the loop until this point only, until 5 itself, right? So I can do this part after doing this part, right? I can use another loop and I can invert this. Okay, I can invert this. I can use another loop and I can say I can invert the same. Okay, But this part, if I can predict, then this part will be very easy for me in another loop, right? So what I'll be doing here, so until this point only, if I can take, so many rows were there now? The rows were 5, columns were also, columns were 10. Okay, rows were 5, columns are 10. Rows, can I treat it as n? Okay, number of rows were treated as n. Okay, now how many columns I need to print? I need to print 10 columns. I need to print 10 columns. In that there are 2 stars in first row. In that there are 2 stars in first row. So there are 8 spaces. So now how to predict these spaces? If you can see, how can I print these stars? So if you can see, 8 stars, 8 stars in first two, 8 spaces in first row, right? 8 spaces in first row. And in that there are like 2 stars I need to print. 2 stars I need to print. 8 plus 2, which is nothing but 10. So can I take, can I take, uh, can I take this as 2 into 4? Can I take this into 2 into 4? Yes or no? Can I take this as 2 into 4? Yes. In the same way, 6 also. 2 into 3. In the same way, your 4 also. 2 into 2. Multiples of 2, right? Multiples of 2. So what I am doing, 2 into 4. But my n is how much? N is 5. Again, I need to bring 2 stars. So here I cannot take directly the hard code value. How I should change it? So what I will be doing, n is, first I will run the loop until 5 itself, until n has 5 itself. Okay. So what I will be doing, 2 into 5, which is nothing but 10. In that 10, how many stars I need to reduce? 2 stars I need to reduce, right? 2 stars I need to reduce. So which is nothing but 2 stars in the sense, which is nothing but 2, right? Which will give me 8 stars, which will give me 8 stars, right? So I'll be reducing it by 8. Okay. So one moment, I'm getting a call. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So here, so how many stars I should be printing? I should be printing 8 spaces along with 2 stars. So can I write 8 as 2 into 4 and then 6 as 2 into 3? Yes. So here 4 also, I'm considering my rows as only 5 now. Okay, I'm rows as 5. Can I take, since I wanted to print 2 stars, since I wanted to print 2 stars, so can I write like this? Can I write it as 2 into 4? I want it, but this 4, how should I write it? Can I write it as 5 minus 1? 5 minus 1? Yes or no? 5 minus 1. Okay. So now what will happen? 5 minus 1, if I write is, what will happen? 2 into, I can take it as 2 into n minus I. So here's first, like 1 is nothing but your row number. 1 is nothing but your row number and total rows n. This is nothing but your n, and then 1 is nothing but a row number, which is I, and then 2. So how many spaces will come in this case? 8. In the second row, how many spaces will come? 2 into n minus 1, 2 into 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 in the sense 2 minus 1 in the 2 into 5 minus 2, right? N minus I. 2 into 5 minus 2, which is nothing but 6. Okay. You got that, right? Should I explain again or you got it? Okay. Okay. If you can see how many spaces I need to print, 8 spaces, 2 stars, right? So means 8 spaces, 2 stars, which is nothing but 10 now. Okay. Total number of columns is 10. 8 spaces, 2 stars. In the second one, how many thing? 6 spaces, 4 stars. In the third one, four spaces plus 6 stars, right? So here what I will do, since these are even numbers, so what will happen? So 2 into 4 I can write it up, right? This one 2 into 4 I can write it up. So 8 I will be writing it as 2 into 4, whereas 6 I need to predict the space formula, that's it here. 2 into 3, right? Then 4 is nothing but 2 into 2. Okay, 2 into 2. Okay, so now what will happen? So I need to write in this way, right? I have done the intuition in such a way that I should print the spaces as even numbers. So even numbers in the sense it is a multiple, right? Now how can I formulate this 4? How can I represent that 4? Which is nothing but if I print this 5 rows, if I take it as 5 rows, then what will happen? 2 into n minus I, can I take it up? N minus I, because n I'm considering for now as 5 because the upside pattern I'm considering. So 2 into 5 minus I is nothing but your first row. So means now what will happen? 5 minus I, which is nothing but 5 minus 1, which is nothing but 4. I'm writing in the form of n minus I format, this 4. Are you getting? Here also, if you can see, 2 into 5 minus the second row, right? 5 minus 2. Then here also 2 into 5 minus 3. So like this I'm writing. I will print the spaces in this format, by this formula. Getting? Then the remaining ones I will print the stars. Okay. Everyone got this? Yes. Can I code it up? Okay. So I will code this up fast. I will code this up fast. Okay, I will move to my editor. Okay. For int I is equal to 1, I will start it up. I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. Okay. Then I should print one star, right? One star I should be printing first. So for that reason, I'll be taking an inner loop. Int j is equal to until 1 itself, right? J less than or equal to until row number, that is I. Then j plus plus and sys out Okay, I'll be printing a star. Okay, the same thing I can. Okay, the next one I need to print the spaces. So int spaces is equal to, so okay, 2 into, since we are printing for 5 rows, I will take it as 5 minus I. Okay, then I will write a for loop int j is equal to 1, j less than or equal to spaces. Okay, then j plus plus. Okay, so again I can take the j variable itself, because this is a local variable within this scope itself. So you can declare it again. Okay, but you cannot declare it again I here, because it is inside this only. Okay, inside this only you're writing a nested loop, so you cannot redeclare the I, but you can redeclare the j how many times as you want, because you are closing the loop here itself. Okay, so int j is equal to 1, j less than or equal to, I will print the spaces. Okay, then what we are doing, then I should print the same thing, right? Again, the star only I should print. I'll go and print. Okay, the star only I should be printing until row number. Okay, now what is there? Okay, here I should be removing this print. So let me see if it is coming. Okay, sys out. I'll be printing the next line. Okay, let me see if it is the off pattern is coming. Yes, it's coming perfectly fine. See, it is coming perfectly fine. Okay, the half of the pattern is coming perfectly fine. Then I should print the remaining of one. Remaining of is so easy. I will copy this. I will paste it. Okay. Now where I should start the loop? Where I should start the loop for I is equal to 5. I greater than equal to 0. Right? I is equal to 5. I greater than or equal to 0. I minus minus. And then same. Right? The same I can print it up until I. Let me check whether it is working now. Okay, how you should do it in Eclipse, run as Java application. Okay, clicking on OK. Perfectly fine. Are we clear with this? Are we clear with this? So you need not to worry these many loops you are using, inner loops. You need not to worry on the performance part here itself, because you are printing, you need to print the pattern. In this way only you can print it, no other way. Okay, so here no need to worry. Okay, so everyone is clear, right? Okay, next one. Next pattern, where is there? Okay. So next one, this one, should I explain or is it okay? Okay, I will share it in the chat itself if you want the whole code. Okay, I'm sharing it in the chat itself. Okay, next one, what you're doing is, uh, next one, what you're doing. So 1 year it is printing, whereas you're printing 2 year, then 3, then again space 3, then again 3. Okay, then what you're doing, 4, okay, 4, and then 4, and then 4, and then 4. Okay, then 5, then 5, then 5, then 5, then 5. Okay, so what is the pattern here? What is the pattern here? How many spaces are there? First, you need to check like how many rows were there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows were there, and then 5 columns were there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, these are all coming under the same row itself. It is printed here like that, but these are all coming under the same column itself. Okay, same column itself. They are moving in the front, but at the last they are in the same column itself. I have drawn it bit wrong, but they are in the same column itself. Okay, if you take until this point, how many spaces were there here? First, you need to check whether there are any spaces. So many spaces are there? 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Right? For the first row, there were like 4 spaces are there before this. Okay. Then for the second row, how many spaces were there? How many spaces were there? 3 spaces. Then for third row, it is 2 spaces. Then here it is 1 space. Okay. So can you tell now what is the formula for spaces? So if you think the first row, how many times you are printing? Since it is the first row, you are printing for only 1 time 1. Okay. Then it is the second row, you are printing 2 times 2, 3 times 3 for the third row. Like that you are printing out. But what is the spaces formula here now? For the first row, if you wanted to print, what is the spaces formula? Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir. No,
Okay,
no
okay.
issues.
My video got stuck. Okay. So what is the spaces formula here? It is perfectly fine. It is n minus I itself. Okay. So this is the spaces formula. You will be printing the spaces until you will running a loop until for the first loop. The outer loop you'll be running from I2 how many rows you'll run? You'll run it until 5. Okay. Then inner loop, how many you will be running? Inner loop, you'll be running for you'll be running for you'll be first printing your spaces, right? Inner loop from how many thing from j to n minus I. This is your spaces. You'll print your spaces. Okay. And then you should print your numbers. So for that, what you'll be doing for I is equal to 1 to for I is equal to 1 for I is equal to 1 to until how many for I is equal generally you'll start it from I itself, I number itself, because you need to print I itself. So 1 to I, and then what you'll be printing sys out of I. Sys out of I you will be printing. So means first row you are printing 1 time, second row you are printing 2 times. So there are like two loops between this. With the space, you need to print the space as well between each element. Okay, with the space, you'll be printing. Are we clear? Yes. Are we clear? Okay. So if you're clear with this, can you try the 10th one? And can you send me the code of this 10th one? Can you try this 10th one and can you send me the code of this 10th one? Can you observe this 10th one and can you let me know how this goes? Okay. Please try this 10th one and put your code in the chat box. In the meantime, I will go back and come. Is it done, guys? This one is done. Can you send the code in the chat? So how you will be doing this? How you will be doing this? So it is written like this, right? 2, 1, 2, then 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So what you need to do, again, you need to calculate the spaces before behind. Okay, behind what were the spaces were there, you need to calculate those. Then what you'll be doing, so many spaces were there, basically n minus I only again, n minus I itself only again. Okay, n minus I itself only, and then what you should be doing, you should be printing the column number. But if you see here, the first one you're printing the column number, but if you think like that, it is wrong in this pattern. You're not printing the column number here. You're printing the column number in decreasing order. You can say 2, 1. If you consider until this point, you're printing it in decreasing order along with the spaces. So here there will be 4 spaces, here there will be 3 spaces, here there will be 2 spaces, here there will be 1 space, here there will be 0 space, right? And then what you are doing, until this point you are decreasing it. You are decreasing it 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are decreasing order. In a decreasing order, you are doing it. And then what you are doing, you are increasing also. See, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. So many loops are required here. How many loops are required here? So you need to run until how many, first loop until, can you answer? I is equal to 1 to 5 itself. Okay. And then what you need to do? Then what you need to do? The inner loop, you should print your spaces first. So spaces, what you'll be doing, j is equal to 1 to how many spaces you need to print? 5 minus I spaces, n minus I spaces you need to print. And then what you need to do for this is your spaces. And the other loop, what you'll be doing, j is equal to, the other loop is in decreasing order. So what you'll be doing, j is equal to I. You'll be starting j with I itself until where it should print, until I. J is equal to I until I, one loop. You'll be printing the J here. Okay, you'll be printing the J here. Then another for loop, what you'll be doing? Another for loop, what you'll be doing? You'll start it from if you can see, all are starting from 2 itself. Okay, you will start the loop from 2 to until I itself. Okay, until I itself. Okay, so this is the loop you need to be doing. Then system.out.println, you'll be closing that. Are we clear? Are we clear with this pseudo code itself, or should I do the code also? Yes, this is until n minus I. This is starting from I to I itself. I to I itself, and this one until 2 to I. Okay, okay. Pardeshi wants to do the code. You understood this, Pardeshi? You understood this pseudocode institution, how it is, how I am doing this? Then nothing will be there in the code, right? Just I will write it in this one in the code. That's it, right? So okay, I will do that. I will do that for your sake. Yeah, it is clear. It will take again time. Okay. You want it, Pardeshi, or can I skip that? Can I go to the next pattern? Okay, okay. Thank you. Okay. So the same again, the other patterns were there. So this is like your same like pyramid only in the place of like this only, right? Like this only. I'm printing the stars. I'm printing the stars upside down. But you need to take care of upside and down. Like your butterfly pattern, you can take it up. You can take it up like your butterfly pattern also. The like it is if you are doing this, if you are doing this, then this is a club of your this pattern as well as this pattern. So why I'm taking it as butterfly pattern means until this point. So we will be doing this until this point. Until this point, it is it is like a pyramid pattern. So if you can see, instead of numbers, I'm printing the stars. I'm printing the stars, and then again I am printing the inverted pattern. Inverted pattern I'm doing for this. Same like this pattern. Instead of numbers, I'm printing the stars both in upside and downside. Okay. Then this one also same. 1, 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how I'm doing this? 1, 1, 2, then 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so how you are doing this? 8 until 8 you need to print, but you are going until n plus 1. You are going until n plus 1. If you can say 6 plus 1. So like this you are going it. You are doing it until, so if you can see the second row n plus 1 again, then the third row n plus 2 again. If you can see here n plus 1, here it is n plus 2 you are printing, here it is n plus 3 you are printing, then here you are going with n plus 4, then the same again here also. Okay, so you are increasing the number order, increasing the number order. Okay, until where you are going, you are doing it. Yeah, you are doing it until yeah, yes, exactly. So n into 2 minus 1, yes, exactly. So basically what you are doing, how many rows were there? 8 rows were there. 8 into 2 until that point, 8 into n plus 1. Basically you are printing n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3, n plus 4, n plus 5, like that. And this one also same like this one itself. Okay, same like this one itself. You can do this at your end. Okay, you can do this at your end. And this one also, these are also the same patterns, again this inverted forms. Okay, you can try doing these patterns as well, these patterns also. Okay, this will be the assignment for today, the 12th one. Can you take a picture of this, the 12th one? You try to do it. Let me know tomorrow if you have any doubts. Take a picture of it, or a screenshot of it, or a picture of it in your system, so that you can do this 11th and 12th. Okay, so now moving into the next one. Next one. Can you note down this three things? This one also begin as assignment. So basically, like what you need to do for these three problems, what you need to do, you can, what you need to do for these three problems. So if suppose it is 12, then what you need to do, you need to convert this into binary. So we'll convert into binary. 12, 2 6 are 0, then 2 3s are 0, then 2 1s are 2 1s are 2, then remainder is 1. Okay, so what is the decimal format here? 1100, right? 1100. So like this you need to convert. Like this you need to convert. You know it, right? How to convert. So basically you will be dividing it. You will be dividing it. You will be dividing it. How you will be dividing it? So basically what you need to do, 12 percentile by 2. It will give me 0, right? The remainder is 0 that you need to capture. That you need to capture. Okay, then what you need to do again, 12 percentile by 2, and also you need the quotient value 12 by 2 also you want, which is 6. Then again you'll be doing the 6 by 2, and then 6 percentile by 2 as well, 6 percentile by 2 as well. The remainder you need to capture, and while division, through division you will divide the number. You will divide the number through division. You will divide the number through division, and you will capture the remainder using the percentile symbol. Okay, so this is decimal to binary. Okay, you'll be trying out from yourself. Let me know if you are having any issues in this tomorrow. Okay, then factorial, you already know. Factorial, what is factorial? You already know in maths, 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This is nothing but factorial, right? So basically you're doing minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, you will do it up. Minus 1, minus 1, you will do it up, right? You'll start the I from, you'll start the I from you will start the loop from 5. Okay, you will start the loop from 5, or you can also start it from 1 and increment that loop, and do a multiplication and print me the result. Okay, this is a factorial. Okay, then Armstrong number in the sense, suppose 121 is there, so this one you are cubing it. So 121, what is the Armstrong number? Some example. Strong number, some example. Okay. Okay. 153. Okay. So 153, if you are cubing it up, 1 plus 5 plus 3. Okay. So 1 plus 125 plus 9. Okay. 27, right? 27. So if you're cubing it up, this should be summing to 153 itself. If it is summing it up, then that particular number is a Armstrong number. Okay. 121 I have written right before. If you can cube this up, what will happen? 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 1 cube. How much it is? 1 plus 8 plus 1, which is nothing but 10. 10, 18, right? 8, 10 itself, right? So this is not an Armstrong number. This is not an Armstrong number, right? So that is nothing but your Armstrong number, and you can also practice a reverse string. Suppose if allow is there, you should be practicing it to, you should be printing it to allow. Just a reverse string you should be doing. Okay, so this one I'm leaving it for you, these 3 problems. Okay, this factorial anyways, while recursion I'm doing, I will discuss this factorial. Okay, this one is simple plus and minus sums, so I'm leaving it to you. If you let me know if you are facing any issues tomorrow. Okay, so next one, I will move back to the arrays now. I will move back to the arrays now. So clear this. Okay, so what is an array? What is an array? What is an array? So basically, array index starts from 0 to size minus 1, which is nothing but I can also call that as n minus 1. Right? N minus 1, it is a contiguous memory allocation. Right? Contiguous memory allocation will be there in the RAM. Okay, contiguous memory allocation will be there in the RAM, and it is a collection of elements of similar data type. Collection of elements of similar data type, right? Collection of elements of similar data type or same data type or homogeneous data type. Means if you are writing an array of int, you should store only integers here. Other data types are not allowed. Okay. If you are going with string array, you can only store the string elements. You can only store the string elements. Mamata, definitely in your LMS it will be available. Definitely it will be shared. Okay. Don't worry about the notes. So string, it is a kind of string, fixed size, and that is also one of the disadvantages. It is fixed size. Once it is declared, you cannot change it. If it is wasted also, you cannot change it. If the size is not occupied also, you cannot change it. It is fixed. That is a disadvantage of the array, right? And if it is float, you can only store the float values within the array. Okay. So this is nothing but your array. Okay. So basically, if I this is nothing but in theory format, it is a contiguous memory allocation of elements in the memory of same data type or homogeneous data type, where you can store only one single data type of elements, data type category of elements, and it occupies a fixed size. Okay, you cannot change it once it is declared. Okay, so let me clear my drawings. I will go, let's create this, and let me go to my Eclipse. Okay, so now I'll be removing this all. I will create a new class, otherwise some second class. So in Java, basically, you should be writing everything within the main method itself. And how you will be declaring your array in the case of Java is int. You'll be writing first your data type and then array name. Okay, something you can give it as array name A or array or something. Okay, and then you should be writing with the new, means array is also an object in Java. Okay, so you should be declaring again the data type here. Okay, this is a syntax. You should declare the array in this format. Okay, and then semicolon. You, while declaring itself, we should give some size. Otherwise, it will give an error. See, it is giving an error. It is giving an error saying variable must provide either dimension expressions or an array initializer. Okay, so you should be providing the size here itself. Okay, and then if you wanted to insert the elements, you can insert it. Array of 0, like this, you can insert it some elements. Okay, array of 1. Array index starts from 0 and it ends until 5 minus 1, which is nothing but 4. Okay, then if you wanted to iterate over it, how you will be iterating, you can use a loop. Okay, you can use a loop. I is equal to 0, I less than array dot length I plus plus. Then you'll, if you wanted to print it, you can print it. Okay, this length is a constant. Okay, length is a variable within your reference within your array object. Array is also a class in Java. So within this, you have your length. You can get this length using the length of your array, the size of your array, by using the array.length. Okay, you will be referring it because it is a reference. It is a variable. It's an instance variable within your array class. So for that reason, you will be using a reference operator, and then you will be referring the length property. Okay, then I plus plus, then you can print it up, array of I. Okay, so can you tell me, I am taking only 12 and 13 here. So now I'm printing all the values until 5. So what will be the values now for other values? I'm occupying only 12 and 13. Okay, for the other values, what will be there? Is it will give any compile time error or garbage value or anything? So what I am doing means I'm just occupying 12 here, 13 here. But what will be the spaces of this? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What will be the spaces of this? Is it garbage value or default value or any compile time error you will get? Error js. Okay, let me check. Let me check. So run as Java application. See what it is giving. 12 and 13. For the remaining values, it is not giving any error or garbage value Lakshmi. It is giving me default value of integer. It is occupying the default value. Since it is an integer array, it will occupy the default value of integer for the remaining ones. Okay. And if you want, if you insert some float, you will get an error. Or if you insert some string because it is of same data type, right? You should not insert the other data type, so you'll get an error. Okay. And first, suppose I am taking this as string itself. Okay, here it is integer. So because of that, you are getting the remaining values as 0 by default. Okay. First, suppose I am taking this as string. Now tell me what will be the other values. Now tell me what will be the other values. 0. Let me check. New int of new string. Here also you should write the same string here. Okay, new string. Let me check. So run as Java application. It will be null because for string it will be null. It will be null. And for your float, it will be 0, 0.0. For your boolean, it will be false. So default value, it will take it up. Okay, default value, it will take it up. Okay. So this is how we will be doing it within your array. Okay. And then this is about the array. So you can also initialize it if you don't want to do like this. If you know the values before itself, you can also initialize the array like this. Int a1 is equal to, you can also initialize the array. Okay, 34, it's 89, 89, like this. You can initialize the array how much you want. Okay, this is nothing but initialization. This is nothing but initialization. You can also initialize the other way, like this also you can initialize. Okay, like this also you can initialize the array. Okay, so when you're initializing, the size is not mandatory. The size is not mandatory. You can do as you want, as you wish to. Okay, so this is how it will work. The array will work. This is how it will work. What error, Nishant? Okay, so like this you should be declaring within your array. Okay, suppose I wanted to do the sum of elements of this. How should I do? Sum of elements of this. How should I do it? A1 dot length. So for suppose I'm declaring int sum as 0. Okay, then sum is equal to sum plus array of a1 of I, right? Sum is equal to sum plus a1 of I. You can bring the sum of elements if you're doing. Okay. Okay. I am not able to see this. See why it is printing continuously? Why it is printing continuously? Why it is printing the sum continuously 3489? Because I return inside the loop. blunder mistake are written inside the loop. And if you can see now, it will print me the sum of elements of that array. Okay, the sum of elements of your array. Exactly, Prathamesh. Okay, so this is how it will work. Okay, next going to the array list. Array list. So what is array list? If I can discuss, there is an array is there in Java where I have discussed until now. Then we have the array list. Okay, so array list in the sense it is a collection. Okay, it is a collection in Java, collection class in Java, which is extending from list interface. Which is extending from list interface. Okay, so what is the difference between array and array list? Did anyone know? Difference between array and array list. Difference between array and array list. So basically in array list, yes, the array list, I can store it dynamically. Means here the size is not fixed. The size is not fixed. The disadvantage of array is size is fixed, right? Here the size is not fixed. Okay, the size is not fixed. And next one, you can store heterogeneous type. Means heterogeneous type in the sense I can store multiple data type elements. Within one array list, I can store multiple data type elements. Okay, multiple data type elements. Okay, so this is how it will be, and there are like other methods over there, and here it will follow ordered fashion. Now you are inserting like that only, it will print it up. Okay, ordered fashion it will follow, and there is a indexed based async is also there. Indexed based async is also there, but you will use the methods, direct methods from the collection class, from your array list class, you will use it up. Okay, so to use array list, what you need to do, to use array list, first you will be importing it from the which package? You'll be importing it from the java dot, it is in util package. Okay, java dot util dot array list, java dot util dot array list. Okay, and then what you'll be doing, you should declare it, right? So you'll create an object of that. So what you'll be doing, less, you can write array list here. You can write array list here, and which type you are using, that type you should be writing, and then you can write al is equal to new array list. Okay, new array list. Like this, you'll be creating the object. Like this, you'll create the object. Okay, then if you wanted to add the elements, al dot add method you can use to add the elements. Okay, 12, then al dot add of 13. Like this, you can add up the elements within the array list. Okay, then if you wanted to print this array list, then what you'll be doing, al dot, you'll be going with the method that is size method. Okay, al dot size, and then al dot size, al dot get of I, al dot get of I. Okay, you'll be using get of index. You'll be using al dot get of index. Okay, so this is how you'll print the array list elements. Okay, you can also directly print it up. That is, okay, this I'm putting it in comments for now. Okay, so system.out.println al dot get of I. And if you can see now, see, if in the case of your array, it is 12, 13, 0, 0, 0 for the remaining spaces. But here I am not declaring any size for this array list. Okay, it is dynamic. So how many elements are you have inserted? That elements only it will take. That many elements only it will take. The other elements it will leave like that itself. So you are not declare the size. It will not keep the size there. Okay, It will not keep the size there. So Sangam, I've already explained what is array, and I'm in the array list currently. So please go to the recording. Please concentrate here. Okay. The recording will be available in the YouTube. You can go through it again. Okay. So al dot get of I, like this you can get out the index. You can get that particular element. So basically in array I will call this as element. Array I will call this as element, but in array list I will call this as object. I will call these elements as object. Okay. So you can get that element using the get method. You can get that element using the get method in the case of your array list. Okay. And then you can also print the other way. You can also print the other way in using your for each loop. So what you need to do, how you will write your for each loop means, suppose some declaration I will take it up, some declaration, some D or something I will take it up, some E something. Okay, colon, you'll be writing directly the array list. Okay, directly the array list. So you can print that directly. You can print that directly here. Okay, so this is how you will declare the for each loop. So instead of this index way, you can do this way as well. And if you can see now, it is printing 2 times. It is printing 2 times. Okay, so this is how you will do. And if you're not writing integer here, if you're not writing integer here, you can place any element that you want. If you're not writing this generic here, if you're not writing this generic here, but always a good practice to keep the generic in the sense the specific type that you are inserting. If you're not writing this, what will happen? You can insert string as well, right? My name, I will print it up. So you can insert string as well. You can insert float as well. Okay. You can insert XLR as well. Okay. So like this, you can do this. Okay. If you're not writing the generic, you can insert multiple data type elements. Okay. So now if you can see, it is giving error. Type mismatch, cannot convert from type object to int. It should be converted, right? Unresolved problem. Why it is giving this? Let's test here. Object. Okay, 34.5 have. At 25th line, what is the 25th line? Okay, here I'm getting the issue. Okay, here I'm getting the issue because I have inserted. This is not the way. Okay, this is the only like if you're not writing any generic here, then you can insert anything. And here, what you need to do instead of int, you can take it as object so that it will accept accept. Okay, it will accept that way. Okay, object EAL element type object to integer. That's fine. Okay, let me run this now. Okay, like this you can print it up all the values. Okay, so if you're not writing any generic, you can print all the things, all the values like this. Okay, there is also another way of printing your array list using your iterator. Al dot iterator method you can use, and this will return me iterator reference. Iterator reference. Okay, al dot iterator. This is coming from again util package. Okay, so now what you need to do, you can remove this if you don't want, and then what we'll be doing, al dot iterator while itr dot, you can use while loop because so many elements are there, I don't know, right? So that I'll be using the while loop while itr dot as next. Okay, then you'll be printing the itr dot next. Okay, itr dot next. So now if I remove this, put this in comments, let me see if it is fine. See, it is printing the same. Okay, like this also iterate, you can iterate over your elements. Are we clear with the array list and iterations? Yes. Are we clear with the array list and iterations? So, Shaik, java.util.star also you can keep it up. So when you're writing like this, import instead of these two lines, I'm taking array list and iterator from the same package. Okay, this is your main package. This is sub package. From the main package, I'm writing two classes. I'm taking two classes. So what I can do instead of this, I can write import java.util.star. Means now what will happen? Instead of array list, instead of these two lines, I'm writing it in one line. Means along with array list, along with iterator, all the classes, linked list, stack, queue, all the classes that were there within the util package will be imported. Are we clear? Is used to take all the objects of input and output statements. No, not like that. Not like that. Shaik and Abhijit. So if you wanted to, like in the util package, there are like many interfaces, many classes for there. All those interfaces, all those classes, if you wanted to import inside your file, import into your class, then you can go with the util.star, util.star. Or else if you are importing like this, only array list will be imported or iterator will be imported. But if you are importing all the classes and all the interfaces, all the sub packages that are present within the util package will be imported. Are we clear, Abhijit and Shaik? Okay, so okay, so let me move to the now. So let me move to the lead code now. Okay, so from today we'll be doing the problems in lead code itself. Okay, so please create your account. Okay, please create your account. Okay, is the, what you need to do, you can directly go to the lead code, just sign it up. Okay, then sign in with Google or your username password, you can do it up and create your account within the lead code. Okay, so in the lead code, if you wanted to practice, there are like many problem sets will be there. Okay, there are like n number of problem sets will be there, thousands of problems will be there. And if you wanted to practice topic wise, you can also practice it topic wise. Okay, so if you can see array, I've taken in the filter. I've taken in the filter as array. Okay, you can filter these problems also based on your need. Okay, if I'm taking it as array problems all I wanted to practice, you can also practice only the array problems. Okay, suppose if I wanted to filter here also, uh, if you wanted to search the questions also, you can search it up. If you wanted to keep the filter difficulty as only easy. Okay, if you want only easy problems, you can also keep it up and see only the easy problems you can do it. Okay, you can only do the easy problems. Okay, so like this, you can filter the problems. You can filter the problems and you can do that. Okay, now what we will be doing, we'll be moving with the first problem in arrays, that is move zeros. Okay, zeros. No, this problem is done already. This is a new account and now this is done already. Okay. Okay, so if you can see here now, like this, you'll be getting the editor here. In the right side, you'll be getting an editor here. Okay, once you create the account and once you have login into it, you'll be getting an editor. Please send, if you're sending some message in the chat, please send it to everyone so that I'll be able to see it in one tab itself. Okay, I will not be able to see the private messages. Okay, please send it to everyone so that I can see it in the same tab. Okay, so on the right side, you'll be getting a code editor to code, and then on the left side, you'll be getting the problem description here, along with some means if you wanted to see means along with similar questions also you'll be getting. Okay, then discussions on that problem also you'll be getting. Okay, so if you run like some test cases will run around three to two test cases. What are there? What you can see, those test cases will be run. When you click on submit, the identity test cases will be run. Okay. Now, what is the problem? It is telling given an integer. Whenever you are seeing the problem, when you are seeing the lead code problem, just go through the problem statement once. Okay, understand it. Read it out multiple times to understand. So what he is telling, given an integer array names, move all zeros to the end of it while maintaining the relative order of the non-zero elements. Relative order of the non-zero elements. Note that you must do this in place without making a copy of the array. He's telling you something. See, don't take a temporary array. Don't take a temporary array. Do this in the same array. He's telling. Do it in the same array. He's telling. Okay. So what is the input here? Input is 0, 1, 0, 3, 12. Like this, he will give with zeros and numbers. Okay. Then what you need to do, you can also see the constraints here. What will be the length of the array? Okay. The length of the array is starting from 1, means at least one element will be there. And then it goes under 10 power 4. Okay. 10 power 4 it will go. And then if you can see, each nems of I will be negative as well as positive. Okay, negative as well as positive also is telling. Okay, so if you can see now 0, 1, 0, 3, 12, what you need to do, you need to put all the non-zero numbers in the front and zeros in the end. In the second one also, there is only one element here. So it is 0. If there is only one element, you will print the same 0 here. If it is 1 only, you will print the 1. Okay, so that you need to do. So how can you do this? How can you do this, students? I'm giving it 2 minutes of time. If you can throw the solution on this or your intuition on this. I don't want the solution code, just your intuition in some English lines. Okay, some English lines. You can give your intuition how you can do that. Okay, so in interview fashion only, we will also discuss the problems. So basically, in an interview, directly when someone has asked this question, you need to do this problem. First, what you need to do, you need to understand that problem. Okay, you need to understand that problem, what it is giving, what is the output. If there are any questions, you ask it upfront. Until it is clear, you give it to the interviewer. Like you ask the questions to the interviewer as much as possible to make your question clear. Okay, in your mind, the question should be very clear before solving a problem. And then when you are clear with the problem statement, then move to the solution. You should not move to the solution directly. You should not move to the solution directly. I mean, solution directly in the sense you should not code it directly. So give me the computer, I will code, or give me a paper, I will write the code. No. What you need to do, you should do first, you should discuss your solution with the interviewer. Like in English or in pseudocode format, also you can discuss. You can write a simple pseudocode on English and you can discuss, or you can discuss directly in English format itself. Like this is what I will do, sir. Like I will take the zeros in the end, sir, and then I will move the non-zero elements to the front, sir. In place sorting, in place only I will do, sir. Or first I will do sorting, sir, and then I will keep all the zeros at the end, sir. Or I will keep the default value, sir. I will count the non-zero elements, sir. Or I will count the zeros, sir. Like that. You can first discuss the brute force approach only. Whatever comes to your mind, discuss it. Think for some 1 minute or 1.5 minute and discuss your brute force solution. Then he will ask whether you can optimize. Then you think for again 1 minute or so and you can optimize it. You can discuss the you can optimize a bit. Okay, and then if he says okay, this is fine, then you go ahead and code. Then you go ahead and do start the coding. Until and unless he is saying he is saying not to code, like he will not say not to code, but until I is saying go ahead with the coding, don't start with your coding. Okay, when he says go ahead with your coding, then you go ahead with the coding. Okay, so now what I'll be doing, so here if you can see, I need to I need to do a in place sorting, right? In place only I should move all the elements, right? So what I'll be doing, so first solution, the brute force solution that comes to your mind, the simple solution that comes to my mind is, mm, I will count, I will count the number of zeros. I will count the number of zeros, and what I will do, I will count the number of zeros, and I will based on my counting, like if the first zero is found, suppose c is equal to initially 0. For the when the first zero is found, I will print it to 1, right? I will make it to 1. uh, c is initially -1 if I take, and then what I'll be doing, c is equal to 0, I will take it up. Then what I'll be doing, I will move this element to 0th position. When the non-zero element is found, I will move this non-zero element to the front position. Okay, non-zero element to the front position, and then I will again count. So basically what I will do, so 0 1 0 3 12. Okay, initially I will take the c as -1, and I will run the loop. When I is equal to 1, when I is equal to 1, it is 0, right? So I will count this up. I will make this count to 0. Okay, then I will move front. When it is a non-zero element, when it is a non-zero element, I should take it front, right? So where there is 0, like where there is 0, like I will at this count to place, I will move this here, since I know I have already counted this. I have already, the pointer is there at this point, so 0 is already there. So what I will do, array of 0 is array of I will do, array of I will do. So now what will happen? It will be 1, it will be 1, and then 0, and then 3, and then 12. Okay. Then again I will move it right. Now what will happen? It will be 1. Okay. It will be 1. The count will be 1. Then again I will move. It is a non-zero element. Okay. Now what I will do, at the counter part, at the counter, I will move this. So the counter is pointing at 1 now. So now what will happen? This will be coming to here. So what will be there? 1 1 1 3 0 3 12. Okay. 0 3 12. Okay, like this, I will move it. I will move it. I will move all the elements like that. Okay. So that is how I will count the zeros first, and then I will move the elements. Okay. I will move the elements afterwards. Okay. So what I'll be doing, first I will traverse the elements. I will traverse the elements. Like basically, I will first traverse the elements. So what elements are there? I will count the zeros first, and then I will traverse the elements. Okay. So that is how I will do. Can you try this out? Can you try this out? I have told you the intuition, right? Can you try this out? Yes. Can you try this out and do the coding, and can you put it in the chat box? The first solution. Okay. Anyone done the code? Okay. So let me go ahead and code. So what I'll be doing, I will take a count pointer. Okay, some c is equal to 0. Okay, c starting from 0, and then what I'll be doing, I will loop it over. Int I is equal to int I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to array dot length. I less than array dot length less than or equal to not. It is array dot length itself, right? Then I plus plus. Okay, and then what I need to do, if it is a if array of I, it is a non-zero element. If it is a non-zero element, if it is a non-zero element, then what I will be doing, I will move this, move that element, move that particular element so that C. Okay, array of C is equal to array of I. Okay, array of C is equal to array of I. And then what I will be doing, I will increment that pointer. Increment that pointer. Okay. So I will increment that pointer. I will move that to the front and I will increment that pointer. Now what will happen? Until this point, all the non-zero elements will be moving to the front. And then what I will do, I will again run a for loop. I will again run a for loop to place the remaining zeros. From where I should run the for loop? From C. Okay. From C until N. Array dot length. Okay. And then I plus plus. What I will do, I will fill it up with zeros. Array of I is equal to 0. Array of I is equal to 0. Okay. So until this point, what I am doing, I am moving all this 1, 3, and 12 to the front. Okay. Now what will happen? Here 1 will come. Now what will happen in this loop? In this loop, what will happen? I am tracking the non-zero element pointer. Okay. So now what will happen? Initially the C is 0. Initially the C is 0. So now what I am doing, anyways, 0, 1, 0, 3, 12. Okay. So here it is 0 only. So it will not go inside. It will not go inside. Now here it is non-zero element. Non-zero element. So what will happen? It will come here. It will come here. So array of 0 in the array of C in the sense array of 0. At this point, what I am doing, at this point, I am pushing this array of 1 element. So now what will happen? 1, 0, 0, 3, 12. Okay, 1, 0, 0, 3, and 12. Okay, now again it will move here. No, it will not go inside, and the C will be again. Then again, I'm incrementing. After pushing the element, I'm incrementing that pointer. I'm incrementing that pointer. Now what will happen? C is equal to 1, and then it will not go inside, and it will go inside. Now 3. 3 will be pushed to the 3 will be pushed to the array of 1. Array of 1 in the sense here. So now what will happen? 1, 3, 0. 1, 3, 0, 3, 12. Okay. Now what will happen? The next step, it will be 2, right? This will be 2, right? This will be 2 and then 3. So it is also a non-zero element. So this will be moving to 2 itself. It will increment here 2. Okay. This will be moving to the front. So now what will happen? 1, 3, 12, 3, 12. Then what I need to do, the end what were there, I need to make it as zeros. Okay, for that reason I am using another loop. I am using another loop for that reason, for making those as zeros. Okay, are we clear with this? Are we clear with this, everyone? Can I get a quick heads up in the chat box? Are we clear? The first one, brute force. Okay, okay, good. So but here I am doing it in like, what is the time complexity of this? What is the time complexity of this code? Let me run this, whether it is running or not. Yes, accepted. Then if I click on submit, then my test cases are passing. Yes, test cases are passing. 312 will become 0 in the next iteration. See, I'm starting the I loop from C pointer. So initially what will happen? The C will be pointing at the 0, 1 and 2, the non-zero element, right? Initially what will happen? The C will be pointing to the non-zero element, right? Non-zero element. So this third means nothing but 2. It will point at the 2. From 2, I'm starting the loop. From 2, I'm starting the loop to replace the last elements 3 and 12 with 0 until array dot length. Okay. So, but here I'm going with the two traversals. Here I'm going with the two traversals. Can you make it in one traversal itself? Here I'm using another one loop, another loop for zeros. Is it required? Is it required? Is it required? Yes, the time complexity is, since I'm using two loops also, I'm not using inner loops. I'm using the two separate loops. So because of that reason, this will traverse in one pass. This will traverse in one pass. So 1 plus 1, which is nothing but 2, like means nothing but n plus n, which is nothing but the time complexity will be big O of 2n, big O of 2n, but the constant can be ignored. So it will be big O of n itself, big O of n itself. But my challenge is here, I am doing it in two passes. Can I do it in one pass itself? Can I do it in one pass itself? Is my challenge here. Okay. Can I do it in one pass itself? I'm doing two passes again. Like not two passes exactly, like one and a half pass I'm doing. One and a half pass, or if there are zeros, all are zeros only, then I can do it, I will do it in two passes here. Right. So that will that is the way. At the time complexity will be bit the same only if I do it in two passes also, if I do it in one pass also. But can you do it in only one traversal? So that is my assignment for today, or the challenge for today on this question. You can create a lead code account. Okay, this will be the another assignment for today, like creating a lead code account and go to this problem, move zeros. Okay, move zeros 283. Okay, just go to this problem and okay, just go to this problem and try to do it in only one pass. Okay, I don't want to do this using for loop. Okay, another for loop I don't want to do for zeros. I wanted to do it in the same for loop. Okay, using only one traversal. Okay, try doing that. Try doing that problem. Okay, so the assignment for today is finish these patterns. Okay, finish this 12, 10 and 11, 12, and then 13, 14, 15. These problems. Okay, and then finish this in one pass. Okay, then you can practice other arrays, other array easy problems as well. Okay, so in 2 hours I cannot discuss many problems. Okay, I cannot discuss many problems because it is just 2 hours here. Okay, it is just 120 minutes to me. Okay, but you have a whole day for you to practice, but you have a greater time than me in the class, right? So because of that, you need to do many problems than me. Okay, I will do the major problems for your practice. What is needed, that foundation I will set it up in the class, and that foundation you need to take it forward into your practice. Then only you will get understanding. Because see, if I do the problem, if I do many problems also myself, I will only get more understanding, but you will not get more understanding. You will just see those problems, right? When seeing those problems, you will not be getting, because this is a problem, you need to solve, you need to get the solution for it. You need to logically get that solution, right? Because my logic will be different, your logic will be different. You need to logically think to code that solution. this is not a this is not a theory session like what is array list or what is array. I Anyone will tell the same. What is array means, anyone will tell the same. I can also tell the same, and I will do that. But if I wanted to code a solution, if I wanted to code this problem, there are like many ways will be there. I'll be getting one solution, you'll be getting one solution. When you'll be getting the other solution, the other than me means when you think logically, when you think and when you do the practice on your own. right? So definitely I will set up the foundation in this 2 hours. You should carry forward this foundation for the whole day for the practice. Okay. So tomorrow, please complete your assignment and come back by doing some other easy problems also on arrays, so that we'll discuss further on array, medium, and low level problems, and then we'll move into the other algorithms. Okay. So on that note, thank you so much. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We'll meet again by tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Sushmita.
Yeah, so dear students, it's just a reminder, kindly mark your attendance without any fail, as 60% of attendance is mandatory to get the certificate. Okay, thank you all for joining. We'll meet again by tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thank you, everyone. Good night.